All right, let's talk about how to shift your mindset quick. And I'm gonna do it in a quick video. And I'm also gonna quickly get to not just telling you how to do it, but also showing you. So you'll actually see in real time me doing it myself and the process I go through that works really, really, really well. And so my name is Dr. Jake Kavanaugh of thevibemindset.com. Check out our website. We got some awesome resources for you. All right, we're not editing that. Let's go. So when you want to shift your mindset quick, one of the key things is this. You want to first be aware of the mindset and or the feeling you currently have. So self-awareness is number one. So let's say, for example, right now, I'm aware that I'm kind of thinking about tomorrow too much or a job interview I have, something in the future. Because I'm thinking too far in the future, I feel anxious now. I'm aware of the tightness in my chest and then the uneasy feeling in my stomach. So I've identified a feeling and I've identified where my thoughts are that are creating that feeling. So I've got two pieces of valuable information. So what do I do with it? I flip the script and I say, what would be the opposite of that? And so we start with a feeling and we say, well, what's the opposite of feeling anxious? And you say, oh, well, relaxed and calm. Okay. And then we think, how can we change the thought or the mindset that's attached, that's creating that feeling? And at that point, you ask yourself one simple question. Imagine how you'd feel if questions. Imagine how you'd feel if is the key. So let me run through an example right here, right now, and we're going to stick with the feeling of being anxious because I'm thinking about an event in my future. So this is the process that I use and it works great. So your imagination is your secret sauce, is the key, and then feeling is the secret. Those two combined are the key to you getting out of that mindset you have right now and the associated feeling with it. Because oftentimes when you're in a mindset that doesn't serve you well, it's the feeling that bothers you worse than the thought. But the two together completely control and manipulate your mind and your body. And so let's talk about it. So right now, let's say I'm feeling anxious. I'm aware, I've identified already, I've got my eyes closed, I've already identified that I want to feel relaxed. I know my question is, imagine how you'd feel if. So what I do is with my eyes closed, preferably lying down, I start to focus on my breathing. I get a little relaxed. I try to calm my mind just for like 10, 15 seconds, nothing crazy. Then, as I start to settle in a little bit, I start to ask myself a variety of questions that start with, imagine how you'd feel if. And they all are questions that inspire the reaction or the desired feeling of relaxation and peacefulness. So, for example, I might now say, imagine how you'd feel if you were on that vacation you went on last year. Then I would go into detail about it. What would it feel like to be back on that beach chair? Remember that beach chair that you sat in like 5 days out of the week and just that view of the beach? And then what happens is you start to activate your imagination. You start to go back to that event that already has associated with it relaxation. So your brain and body can't help but start to feel relaxed when you imagine something that in the past inspired that same reaction. So even as I'm doing this video, I still do already feel a little relaxed. And what I try to do is activate as many of the 5 senses that I can. I think about what I see. I think about the seagulls I hear, the music I hear, which actually, it was over here. It was on this side of where I used to sit. Isn't that funny that I remember that? And then also think about the smell of the suntan lotion that I use, Banana Boat. It's got that little coconutty smell, the one that I use. And I start activating as many senses as I can. Why? Because the more senses I activate, the more real my experience and the greater the gross effect or outcome as a result of it. So you can imagine a vacation. I'm going to open my eyes now. So that already calmed me down. Okay. So you can walk through other examples of that. Imagine how you'd feel if you were back in your mother's arms. Think about what you would see, what you would hear, what you would smell, what it would feel like. You know, would you taste something? Was there, a bottle of milk, if you could remember back that far. But the key is to use your imagination, go back and ask yourself, imagine how you'd feel if. And then when you do that, you have no choice but to free your mind, focus your energy, attention on that which you imagine. You have that corresponding feeling and result. And boom, you have shifted your mindset and you have shifted your reality very quickly, and you've shifted the way you feel. And then truly what happens is you start to gain the mindset that you are the co-creator, that you create your day. You create the way you feel. You can manipulate the way you feel, and you can manage your feelings on demand. On demand by closing your eyes, taking even just a minute. I mean, I don't know how long it was for me to do that example with you. My guess it was less than 60 seconds. If it was less than 60 seconds when I was actually closing my eyes and going through it, you can imagine that if it only takes 1 minute for you to shift the way you feel, now all of a sudden what happens is as your feelings shift, as do your thoughts, your secondary thoughts and the actions you take. So that's the tip. Would love to hear you take action on it. When you take action, not if, when you take action on it, share your story below. I want to hear about it. I love hearing stories of success, and I know this will work for you. This is exactly how to change your mindset quick. This will work, and you'll love it. Don't forget to visit thevibemindset.com. My name is Dr. Jay Kavanaugh. Feel free to check out these 2 other videos up here, and thank you so much for your time and attention. And don't forget, your imagination is the key to shifting your reality.